Okay, so today we're going to continue our review of basic topics from Algebra 1. Today with absolute value. By the end of this review, hopefully you remember or be able to describe what absolute value is, how it shows up, what it's doing, why is there such a thing. Secondly, you should be able to solve equations of about the level that we were solving the other day in class, but they just have absolute values in them. So, first off, what does absolute value do? Try to remember back to when you dealt with this before. And it makes numbers positive. That's how it shows up. So if you take the absolute value of 15, you get 15. It does not switch it to negative, it makes it positive. Since this was already positive, it just stays how it is. If you take the absolute value of a negative, say negative 9, you get positive 9. Alright, so it makes these values positive. Why? Why is it doing this? Well, let's look at a number line. Got 0 in the middle, counting by 3s each way. So that way I include both the numbers we just took the absolute value of. And let's see here, 15. Why is that? There's 15. Well, if I measure the distance from here all the way down to 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, that is a distance of 15. Duh, that's how a number line works. Well, how about if I look at, here's negative 9, and I look at the distance from that negative 9 to 0. Well, from here to there is 3, 6, 9. Negative 9 is 9 places away on the number line from 0. That's what absolute value does. That's its whole point in being, is it measures how far, where did my thing go? It measures how far a number is from 0. Absolute value is just the distance your point is from 0. Now, a little later in the year, we'll expand this a little bit to show what happens if you pick a point on a coordinate grid with an x and a y, and the distance from 0 for that point is just going to be an extension of this absolute value idea. Alright, so switch over to my tablet now. Now this time, let's say what happens if we're taking the absolute value of some unknown, say x. What in the world? What the heck just happened there? Pen, red. Tell you what, I'm having some difficulties here. Alright, so let's say the absolute value of our unknown value x is 1. That means we are 1 place away from 0. Here's 0 on our number line. 1 place away could be at 1, or if I go 1 the other direction, at negative 1. So x could be positive or negative 1, which, by the way, that's what this symbol here means, positive 1 or negative 1 in this case. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's see what happens. Let's do pink. Let's say our unknown this time is 5. Well, from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What in the world? And if I go the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, could be -5. Because you don't know, you only know the distance, 5 or 1 in these two examples. You don't know which direction from 0 you're going, to your left or to your right. You don't know whether it's going to be positive or negative 1 or 5 in this case. So both of those turn out to be our answers. All right, so let's make this a little step more. Let's say this time we're taking the absolute value of x plus 1, and we have that set equal to, say, 4. All right. Well, let's look at this as that whole chunk. We can't deal with that plus 1 yet because it's inside the absolute values. So we're going to kind of look at that as one thing inside absolute values. And that thing is 4 away from 0. So it's either 4 or -4. We don't know which. Could be either one. That means our quantity, x plus 1, what in the tarnation, could be -4, or it could be +4. Well, if it's -4, we'll subtract the 1 from both sides. -5 minus 1 is -5. If it's the other one, we'll subtract the 1 from both sides. 4 minus 1 is 3. So our unknown for x plus 1 to have an absolute value of 4 could be -5 or could be +3. So since both of them work, they both have to be our answers. Got to show them both. Let's do another example like that. This time, let's do 2x minus 3 in absolute values equals 7. Okay, again, we're going to treat what's inside the parentheses. Oh, lavender, why not? We're going to keep that together and just treat it as one solid thing at first. So this stuff in here could be 7 or it could be -7. Either one would work. Doesn't matter whether you put the positive first and the negative first, as long as you have them both. Alrighty. So, if it's 7, when I add the 3 over, gives me 10. Divide the 2. X could be 5. On the other equation, add the 3. Divide the 2. X could be 5 or it could be -2. Both numbers work. One gives you 7 to switch the pen around so I can use that color. One value gives you 7 to the right of 0. The other value gives 7 to the left of 0. Since the absolute value doesn't specify which direction you're going, just how far you are, both answers have to be given. Let's see here. I want to say something about this part, because there's always somebody who gets, I don't know if they don't study enough or what it is, but come quiz day or test day, whatever it is, I can give you these two equations. And there's always somebody who does the wrong thing at the wrong spot. If you're given just the one equation, no absolute values, all you got to do is solve it like normal. Here, 3 in the first equation, 3x plus 4 has to be 13. Solve it like normal. In the second equation, because of the absolute values, then this expression in here could be positive or negative 13. So you need to do the two equations. 3x plus 4 equals 13, which gives us 3, or 3x plus 4 equals negative 13, which gave us whatever it gave us. Negative 17 thirds, I guess. Cannot stress that enough. That's what you need to be sure to prepare for when it comes time for quizzes. If it's just a regular old equation, solve it, be done with it. If it's an absolute value equation, it could take on the two values, the positive or the negative. You have to write two equations, then you solve it. All right? All right. Just like the other day, I'm going to give you the assignment now. And you can get started with it, or you can just write it down and have it ready to go for class tomorrow. So page 36, 2 through 42 evens. It's only 21 problems. And thank you. See you next time.